Been in here by myself for 7 minutes by myself. So if you happen to join, let me just let me get away from this. I'll just end this game. Just got my butt kicked in a lesson of make sure you're live. There's no big red button, so make sure you're live. So if you were waiting for me, I am sorry. I am sorry. I guess I could start from the top. We already got 5 votes in here. Pretty cool poll. Which one are you when it comes to the rules? The rule follower, the rule bender, the rule breaker, the observer. So let's just wait for some people to join. As I said, I was in here by myself for 7 minutes. I wasn't lonely. I was playing a game. It was fun, and I hope that I could play the game while you guys come in. I just want to make sure there's a heartbeat in here, and we could take it from there. Everything looks good. The ping looks good. The bit rate looks good. I look good. Got my hair cut. I cut my hair. We're here now. Got a whole new thing going on. This is my 1% change, 1% improvement for the day. Hoping that people give some feedback. I like it, so let's just start there. But I'm hoping that I get some feedback. All right, I see proof that I'm live, so let's just go through the drill. Ubiwa Media, fresh cut. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of fresh things going on. There's a lot of fresh things. There's some fresh layouts going on. We are working. 1%, man. That's all it is. 1%. We had so much fun last night that we got a copyright strike. That's awesome. I'm gonna read through it. It was interesting email that I got. So we're talking rules tonight. We got 6 votes already. That's 7 votes now. Somebody just hit the trigger. So that's totally awesome, man. Totally awesome. You could tell I'm an 80s baby because I could say totally awesome and get away with it. Like if it's Wayne's World or something. Yeah, hold on. I'm just trying to get my. Yeah. I gotta get a tablet, man. I gotta get a tablet so that I could rock out with this. All right, so we got some people in here. Um, hey everybody. Stream was supposed to start at 9:45 Eastern time. I thought I pressed go live and I was sitting here talking for 7 minutes. So I guess that's the first the first goof for tonight's stream. Uh, I've worked on a ton of stuff. I just kind of go with my heart. Says there's some new graphics that you'll see. I'll try not to be too abrasive when it comes to me asking for stuff. But if you've been here and you know me and you like to hang out already, don't worry about it. We got 8 votes. I'll just read off the poll if I haven't yet, because I did read it off twice when I was in here by myself. I was even playing a game online. I went to a website and caught a virus real quick. And then I quickly got the virus off my computer. Did a whole bunch. Galaxy Fold. You got them Galaxy Bucks. I'm looking for something that's in the low the low range. Just to be pretty blunt, one of the things I've been looking into is a streaming camera. so that I can maximize the vertical. But I actually think I like where I'm at, and we'll see if I continue to like it. But I was looking for a streaming camera, something not too pricey. But I'll look into the Galaxy Fold. If there's a secondhand market, that'll probably be more beneficial for me. So allegedly removed. Shaking my head. Yeah. So guys, just come in the chat. A lot of people have already interacted with the poll. We'll just, I guess, get started on tonight's topic. So this will be the first time I'm shifting over to this screen. Hopefully, I do it right. Nope, didn't do it right. Okay, so and give me a thumbs up in the chat, or tell me what you think of the changes that you see. If I just wanted to call out my changes, um, the goal is gonna go away because I don't really have the instinct to continue to ask for something. I think you should ask and then you go away and then you come back and you ask. Getting to 150 was I have my own the method to the madness behind of why 150 was super important for me. And I think from a numbers perspective, from an analytics perspective, that's why 150 did matter, right? So, but I had to call it out because you guys are swiping so fast through this that you just see me. I don't know if you see a black guy. I don't know if you see a high yellow guy. I don't know if you got hate in your heart. But what I do know is I've sat on here for 25 days straight. 25 days straight. And you tell me, what have you done besides eat, poop, breathe, and sleep for 25 days straight? I mean, many of us haven't even gone to work for 25 straight days, right? So, yeah, I came on here for 25 days straight and I had to ask people. Uh, you be when the chat says not ask, advertise goals and accomplishments like that. So yeah, so I was asking somewhat, advertising somewhat, but the goal is connected to a broader goal. It doesn't stop here. Just to give you some insight, because I've been building around what the 150 actually means. Uh, the 150, just because you're my crew, we've been family, we've been, able to share things back and forth. The 150 allows for me to have confidence that a percentage of that 150, say 5% to 10% of those, so 10% of 150 is 15, right? Black History one day left, absolutely. So 10% of 150 is 15. Realistically, any kind of like, marketing, you're gonna get a max 2% like return um on when you send stuff out. So if I can get 150 people and I can get 5% of that, so 7 to 8 people that come in and start to stream with me, the energy of 7 to 8 people for me beats 100 people that aren't engaged. I'm more of like a small group, medium group, like a real register of people. And last night, and actually we had a few days of some really good streams, and last night we ended up with a copyright strike because of it. So let's go right into the copyright strike. Uh, okay. Yubiwa is #1 in the chat right now. Let me just show you something real quick before we get into the copyright strike. I'm working on some love. Okay, let's get that bed level music out of here. In fact, let me just mute it. Nope, I shouldn't mute it. Let me just put it lower. Okay, so let me just show you something that I've been working on. Um, we're waiting. So I'm working on like a collective board, for the definitely the people whether you're a mod. You be, well, let me know if you want to be a mod. I don't know if you want to. Obviously no pressure, but I've been working on trying to rationalize, like, how do you show love and support, and then also the people that come back, how do you really shout them out? So I'm working on a board for them. I'm still going through how do you make something like that interactive, but nonetheless, I'm working on the board, and I'm shouting people out. So okay, so real briefly, right before I got on stream, I caught this weird virus because I decided to type what I thought was wormzone.io. I don't know if I misspelled it, and I caught a quick. When I say virus, clearly by this, it doesn't seem to be super malicious. Other than it, basically what it did was it tried to present notifications that continue to pop up and say, you have a virus, you got to scan this. And actually the first couple times I was like, because they put all this like Windows stuff on there, and I was like, oh, what did I just do? But I was really right about to come on stream because my idea was I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna play Worm Zone. So I I was about to come in, and I was like, okay, and then I literally caught this virus like 5 minutes before the stream started, and I was able to get rid of it, just a quick Google search, and because I understand all of this, that's how that ended up. Okay, so yesterday we yeah, ignore how many unopened emails I have. I've had this Gmail for a very long time. Um, we went down a road where we were getting hype, and that hype turned into, actually a strong wrestling conversation. I really wish it was more of a panel because it was a very quality back and forth of seeing, not even knowing, because even though I know some of you guys personally, and I've known some people who were in the chat yesterday, I've known them for a very long time. We're not talking about like 2 or 3 years, right? But I didn't know, and I have not had that connection with when it comes to wrestling. So we'll just start at the top. So we get off and we play the Nation of Domination. Of course, the rap version. And that apparently, what does it say? No impact until you become a monetizing creator. Okay. And then we played DMX. So that got flagged. Rest in peace, DMX. Didn't mean to do that. UMG. And then the Slammy Awards. Content owners WWE. I think for me, and this one says that is blocked in one territory. Uh, I think for me, oh, these do say video. Okay. For me, I just I don't sit well with it. I don't sit well with it. And it is what it is. This is YouTube's platform. These are the rules. It's obviously a legal train wreck. Um, but I don't necessarily sit well with these rules, and I'll tell you why. Because the chances you're on YouTube, you're on it right now. The chances of bringing up the Slammy Awards, and a lot of you guys that were in the chat was like, "Oh, you never heard of it." So here I am introducing you to something that you've never seen. So now you go ahead and you go find the Slammy Awards because I'm not representing the whole video. And now the impressions come to the Slammy Awards. Now, doing a copyright strike on my video, what does that really do if I'm actually trying to promote the good content from this company that we're all connected to or were connected to at one point? So I just don't really understand if you're not trying to like resell something or sell it as your own, why is it so bad? Especially when it kind of fits this mode. No one has ever come to me and said, "Hey, you remember that Nation of Domination song? We are the nation of dom." So am I gonna get a copyright strike just for calling out "We are the nation of domination"? Because clearly that's something that's branded, right? So I found it very weird. It was a weird moment for me. It wasn't weird to be on the stream. I actually had fun on the stream with it. That's not an issue. The copyright strike really got me. And I'm not upset about it. Actually I'm gonna spend part of this weekend because I want to get good at this stuff. I'm gonna spend part of this weekend going through and seeing if it can be removed because clearly they gave me my marching orders. As you see, my orders are this is video, and let me just read it real quick. Copyrighted content has been detected in your video. Day 24. What hypes you up? Energy, legacy, and mama mentality. As a result, your video can no longer be monetized. It was never monetized and has been blocked in one territory. The copyright owner may be either monetizing it or receiving analytics about it in other territories. This is not a copyright, well, it's not a copyright strike and does not affect your channel. Well, it does affect my channel if I become monetized. If you're saying that somebody else is able to monetize off of that video, so that language is a little misleading. Um, Yubiwa says that scene from Matilda, big or little, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, I mean, definitely that's yeah. I don't know what territory. I don't think it told me, and I don't want to click. Oh, let me just cut this out, and I'll click it and see if it's uh no, it doesn't tell me the territory. Well, that's that. I don't it is what it is. It happened. So tonight I did just want to talk about rules. Look, I've gotten 10 votes. That's awesome. Um I don't want to go the other direction. So at one point we were on this stream and we would have people talking and no votes. Now we have votes. We don't have people talking. So it's we could figure that out. Hopefully it is a Friday night, so I have to be graceful that you guys or anyone who's out there is even spending their Friday night with me. I'm really doing it just to keep the streak alive. I don't plan on taking family time away or whatever. I just said if I don't do it, then the streak goes away. I didn't try to cut my hair for you guys. This is just I needed a haircut. I got a new sub. Let me see. Let me see. That would be cool. That would be cool. So we're on the way to 150. Um, oh, it does say, man, I like that. I like that. So yeah, so let's just talk about the 150 real quick. I wonder where that sub came from since you are aware of that sub. Are you watching the sub count, Mr. UB1? Because you are on it. My Mick the Pick is also on it when he's in here. He tells me that there's a new sub. Hopefully one day we could get to the point where that's that's just a part of it. We go live and subs just come with it and people like something and they want to come back and they sub. But I do appreciate it. Uh so yeah, so just speaking about the 150, I'm trying to set some goals that really align with where I want to take this. In my point of view right now, um, yeah, I don't know why I'm on that. Yeah, I need, okay, I'll just go back to this other. in my point of view right now, I um I like the the early decision to do vertical streams. I understand that I'm doing more of a production and a broadcast. And because I have the skill to do more of a broadcast, I feel like my advantage would be in a wider format. But I don't want to abandon the vertical because it's good for what it's good for. So I think a part of the 150 is starting to explore more because now I have people who are going to get notifications. Uh, 10 left, but kind of AFK. Thank you. So I'm going to, you know, I'm gonna get people to have notifications, and when they click it, they're gonna see me in wide format. So I'm not gonna be sitting there by myself. I have confidence of that, but I'm aware that when I'm around YouTube, as I just said, I was just on YouTube. I was just watching another small channel, and he was jamming. He was on an NPC. At first, I didn't know it was weird because he actually had a nice setup. It was the NPC. You saw it on the screen, and then you saw his face. And my thing is like this guy needs to be vertical. Like that's energy. That's he's making a beat, and the beat was fire. So I'm like he has to. Why is he on? I mean, why is he on horizontal? Because YouTube is not really giving you, they're not spiking you. So if somebody doesn't know what an NPC is, or they don't necessarily like that kind of content, they're looking for, you know how everybody puts the big letters with, highlighted with an outline, and it's always like a face, like an action, like that. Those are the things that get the clicks. Him being on NPC, a modern NPC, is not getting a click. So I feel like the 150 gives me enough confidence that I could keep doing these types of streams, but I don't have to do it 7 days a week. I can figure out like tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do multiple streams because I want to get into some IRL stuff, and I think that this format is better for that. It's definitely better for IRL and quick stuff, and YouTube is going to play nice and they're going to give the appropriate bump for a IRL stream. But when I'm sitting down and I have all of this production energy at my disposal, I would like to use that energy. And I can't use that energy if I'm fighting the fluctuation of people coming in and out, right? So that's what the 150 has been. And once we get to the 150, I'll prove that case, and we'll be able to figure out what growth looks like with that case, and going wide format and getting me closer to just exercising the creative energy, the media energy that's inside, and it could get out. And once it's out, I'll say I did it, and that's it. It could crash and burn, which I don't see that because this is really about being consistent, and I have grown confidence and I have gotten better. I mean, just think about it. I've been on this little rinky dink headset. Imagine once I pull out my mic, because I have mics. I have mics. Imagine when I pull out my mic and it sounds better. When we have a realistic interview, that is a topic that makes sense. There's just going to be a lot of color on this, and I have been thinking about the other channels that I've had, and not to say they're not dead channels, but now that I'm comfortable with pushing content on one channel and I understand why I'm pushing it on this channel, I proved that case. I could now go put my worm videos on another channel. And you may not want to see my worm videos here. So it makes total sense as to why my other channel that I will be able to advertise at some point is there. So okay, so let's get into rules real quick. Without the interactivity, this is a harder stream. I really wanted to just talk about from your perspective, anyone in the chat's perspective, about rules and how we break rules. And starting off with, like I said, we got what I call a copyright strike. I guess they said it's not a strike, but there's some, hand slapping on the behavior and what we did yesterday. We had a whole lot of fun, and I guess that's when you get your hands slapped. That's fine, right? So, based on that, I wanted to have a conversation about how, and when you see this thing at the bottom, that there's a part of it I think that says rules to rule, and it feels like only certain people are subjected to these types of rules. And I'll give you an example. Can you imagine if one of the most popular people in the world, and I'm only going to bring this up because I have had this conversation and others that I've spoken to have agreed with, what does that look like? So let's just say LBJ, LeBron James. LeBron James comes on the internet, and LeBron James, even though he has a team around him, I mean, I would think that he's in a position to do whatever he wants, how he wants to do it, right? So let's say I'm LeBron James. Let's just pull up a image just so it's helpful. Of those of you who don't know who this person is. Okay. So LeBron James starts a YouTube channel. Doesn't matter if it's post NBA career or almost post NBA career, starts a channel. He decides to stream. LeBron James decides to go into, because we're roughly around the same age, and he wants to go into his wrestling bag. So he decides, you know where this is going. He decides to show or play a video that has the Nation of Domination rap version. He decides to play Rough Riders anthem. He decides to play and put, at this point, let's be honest, because this was my conversation with a friend. How many subscribers does LeBron James have in 24 hours? LeBron James has, I'll be nice and say 10 million subscribers in 24 hours. I think he could do that. He is instantly monetized, and he posts this one video that has these items in it: the Slammy Awards, Rough Riders Anthem, and the Nation of Domination. Does he get a copyright strike? Does he get a slap on the wrist? I don't think he does. I don't think he does. And that's the thing. I feel like, and this is one of those areas, and it's really my topic, which could be short, doesn't have to be super long tonight. But the true feelings that I felt is, sure, an AI is the one who was triggered by what we were doing, um, oversensitive about, audio. And then I guess there was a moment, the only one on here that I could really say yes was probably the Rough Rider anthem with DMX, because I think there was a moment where I was playing it. I didn't even know I was playing, and I don't think I was talking, so I'm not giving any commentary. It's not really in that reaction fair use category. But even then, where's the level of like promotion, right? So it do a review and come to a conclusion that we're promoting something and we're spreading this thing to a wider audience. I don't think that that is ever considered unless it's LeBron. It's like, it's someone who has a channel, they may have a larger channel, and that is why they would not have their wrist slapped. And the people who are scraping together 10 subscribers, 50 subscribers, 140 subscribers, like your boy, you're gonna get slapped on that. And the only thing that I could appreciate is just a lesson in understanding how to do this. I'll be more sensitive about it of how to do it. But look, I'm trying to work this soundboard. Look what's on my soundboard. So did I cross the line there? That's really, this is where I'm at. I need to understand, am I crossing the line there? Am I did I cross the line there? I don't know. Um I just feel like this is so, it's so simple. I mean, how many people were watching? I remember hearing a rule. I don't know if this is true, but like schools that if you're in like college or something, and you show movies, like say you have a theater, there's like some rules that govern how many people you could actually show the movies to, right? Oh, looks like I got some frames that's dropping. Uh, we'll see. We'll see if it improves. But yeah, I was saying that you it is governed, the fact that you can't just take a movie and play a movie at a school, at a college campus. You can't just play that movie for 500 people, because you've crossed the line, right? Because you've now given all these people all of this content that somebody has to make money off of. And I'll just keep riding that wave, and just trying to understand. Maybe it'll help. Maybe I'll have an outcome that says I get it, but I could tell you I don't. Um, I was thinking about this earlier, just trying to not really create content for tonight's stream because I kind of feel it. When I read through the email, the one that said audio was like, you could just strip the audio out. And it's like, okay, I'll strip the audio out. What is that really saying? Well, I think audio is king. I think the way that the, let's just call it the audio industry, but really the record industry, they operate like an exclusive piece of art, right? And I just put it all under art. And I was thinking, what would be different if I take a picture, high quality picture of a painting, and I put the picture, it's a picture now, and I put that picture on my stream. Am I breaking a rule? And you're gonna ask me about that picture. You're gonna say, what is that? Why do you have that on there? Am I breaking a rule? But that's art as well, and it's something that somebody sells or some company distributes. So these all things, they fall under the same kind of practice as far as they're distributed forms of art. But we get super sensitive about one and not the other. So just some exploration there. I'm a big person to read the rule for what it is. Try not to be necessarily a rule breaker, but you do have to observe the rule to know where you sit. Are you willing to break it? Are you willing to bend it? It's a good segue into just reading off the poll. So we have 10 votes. That's a really good number for interaction, just to help the energy that I actually prepared and put in. So the poll reads off again. Which which one are you when it comes to rules? The rule follower, the rule bender, the rule breaker, or the observer? This is probably the first poll. I don't know if I'm getting better with filling out the different types of people, or it just randomly happened like that. But to have 30% go to the rule follower, we got some good teachers' pets out there. And the rule bender, 20%, and the rule breaker, The breakers and the bender, I mean, together, like I think bending a rule is breaking a rule and vice versa, right? So that collective could be like 40%. And the observer, yeah, that person is using that they using that information for the future. I had a my college roommate was like that. He would sit around and when he would have information stored and when someone said the wrong thing, then he would kind of like he would go in activation mode and he would, "Oh, is that what you just said?" And then he would pull out some information. It was always bad. It was always bad for you, I should say. The people never wanted they never wanted him to go in on you because he had stored information. What I used to call it, because it was like Gambit cards that he would just Gambit from X-Men. He would just shoot out information. And it would all hurt. It would all hurt. All right, so let's see. We've been on here for 43 minutes. I have I've talked, you know. I wasn't really a sucker for love, but I've definitely, talked a good one. We don't have to be on here too much longer. I really appreciate the people who hung out. We consistently had a few people hanging out in Ubiwa got the top spot tonight. So we're gonna figure out how to get him on the board. We didn't hear from a couple of regulars that I expected to see, but they probably want me to go for an hour and 30 minutes, and then they gonna jump in the last five, and then I gotta keep the energy going. So they'll probably catch this on the replay. Um, I'll hang out for a little while just to see if the three people who are in here are real and they really vibing and they want to see me destroy somebody in Worm Zone, and maybe we'll get like a regular in the chat. But I am very impressed. I really appreciate it. We are very close to our 150 goal. I would just go out there and say, I mean, I'm not Patrick Ewing. I'm not throwing my hands up in the air like we're gonna win. But I would say by this time next Friday, we're going to be doing a celebration because we have crossed that 150 mark. I can guarantee that based on the sustain of the energy that has been in play. So I appreciate everybody for that. I am having a little drink because I'm having a celebration anyway. So let me get to this game. Before I do that, let me just pin a comment. Okay. When some of the regulars come back in the stream or when they see this on replay, they probably not gonna recognize anything. They won't even recognize me. I think 4 days ago I was looking like an old man. So,
Hi, my name is Alina.
oh, I don't want to hear you. All right, how do I get rid of this? All right, I'll just be on here for a few more minutes, cause who's still hanging out in here? Put some in the chat. All right, let me see. Okay, okay. So I am, let's see. So when I come in these games, The main thing for me is how big is the leader? Top 10 is always easy to get into. You can see, oh yeah, you can see. I don't know if you can make it out on your phone, but number 9 has 25,000. That's not hard to get if you go on a run. The problem is that I really don't like playing this on the keyboard. So we'll try to work that out and see. Ooh, it's a big one. It's Friday. Darnell F is coming in the chat to tell me the day of the week. How was your day, sir? Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you took the poll. We had a pretty good, I would say a good, almost solo conversation. You didn't join yesterday, but you joined, if you're still here, you joined the day before that. Yesterday we had so much fun that we ended up getting a copyright strike. So I was going through the vibes and the energy of just reading that through the email and just talking about rules and all right, so I got 8,000. It's a light day. Cool, man. I hope your situation or your job is giving you work to do. I won't talk about mine. Yeah, so we're at 8,000, 8,900, and you see number 9 is 43. And the king, since I've been in here, the king or number 1 is uh-oh. What did I say, man? What did I say? Oh no. Daywalk, what's up? Hey, don't worry about it, man. It's Friday night. I had something to show you guys. I have my alright, I'm gonna get top 10 and then I'm gonna you guys ever play this game? Daywalk, it's all good, man. It's all good. I could talk through it. We got a copyright strike from yesterday's stream. Apparently, it was very specific. The the Nation of Domination song on when we were playing that. I was also singing it, so I don't know if we got the strike because I was singing it, but we got a little email about that, and it looks like that episode or that piece of content is restricted in a certain area because of that. Rough Riders Anthem got a nice ding for that as well, and the Slammy Awards. So my argument, well, not argument as if I care. I'm just gonna mute out what I can and call it a day. But my argument is who would be watching the Slammy Awards? If anything, I helped them to introduce what this stuff was. So it doesn't, I just look at when I look at art, I don't know why we're so critical about holding on to every person has to squeeze every penny out of art. Oh, look at that. You see that? That's probably the leader. Yeah, I'm playing on the computer, which I usually play with some sort of a controller. Why'd you have to type all of that out? Does Denroy F not know who Shadow Black Entertainment is? I didn't observe that. That was funny. Let's just say he used to hang out with Cowboy, and his face is on the picture. But yeah, man, it's Friday night. If this is boring you guys, let me know. We did get 11 votes on the poll. That's pretty awesome. Didn't beat last night, but for the amount of people who are in here, definitely more engagement for the amount of people who joined. Ooh, he got trapped. Yeah, no. See, let me leave. Let me leave a little bit. You gotta leave a little bit. See what they gonna do with it. 'Cause they be getting greedy. See, he greedy. See that? I got 24,000. We're trying to get to top 10, and then I'll just let it go. He goes, I'm your long lost family lifer. Never thought I'll see that in the chat. Family lifer. But yeah, I also got to discuss. I guess I'll wait for. I got something to show you guys. So Daywalk, are you still there, man? Cause I got something to show you. All right. You know what? Let's just. You guys want to just? I'm gonna just die. Don't clip that. I'm gonna just go crazy. I just want to show you guys this, and if we get a spike, I'll hang on for a little bit more. I've been on for 54 minutes, not breaking any records, but if you guys have something you want to talk about, let me know. Put it in the chat. Not sure what just happened. I'm not sure what just happened, but I'm sure I'm back. So, my 1% improvement. Prince, what's up? Prince, I'm glad you're here. Let me show you this before you guys run off. So I was working on something for you guys. I'm trying to figure out. So Shadow Black said something in the chat. He goes, what do you call, the people who hang out with you? And I'm not there yet, right? I'm working on that. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. So I was working on this. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? So we're gonna keep improving on. We're gonna improve on this. We're gonna improve on that. But again, it's just starting to. I was talking to Mick the Pick and just talking about how, you know, how do you prove that this is an interactive thing, right? So today, and you guys, it's like, I mean, I know that's not your name, but as far as your tag, when I went to go make it, it was like, well, who's the regulars? Who's always in here, And then to me, you guys earned it. So it's easy for me to kind of reel off, like definitely Daywalk and Prince. The other guys in there, I kind of know personally, so it's different. But, and then I'm like, you know what? You keep coming, we gonna make your name bigger. So people, the name is gonna keep getting bigger or bolder. So so yeah, I wanted to show you guys that I did have. I always just talk about the improvements so you could see the stream is. I don't know if it's an improvement, but essentially, my idea was that I got to get some better backdrops. I was talking about LeBron earlier, but so my idea is that I just went with it. I was trying to get away from that image that I had with the stairs, and I'm not fully getting away from it, but I cut my hair. So it's like, you know what? I gotta clean this whole thing up. So I just went for it today and started testing some things out. I did mention about the sub goal. So two of the things that aren't that really I had to think about is this whole when people join, they see your name, they see Darnell just talking. It has no value, so I took it out, right? Like that whole self-branding thing, I kind of just took it out. I'll find a way, as time goes on to help out with the branding. Prince goes, "What's your favorite meal?" Are you talking to me, Prince? Are you talking to someone in the chat? Got 12 votes now. We're getting close to last night, man. This is getting scary. We're almost there. I cannot believe that. Last night felt super unique, but we could do it today without a copyright strike. That's crazy. Do MJ as a which MJ you talking about? Let's just do MJ. Which MJ you talking about? You talking about? Oh, so Prince has a question for everyone. What's your favorite meal? Mine is oxtail. Uh, Pretty sure you wanted me to show Michael Jordan. Yeah, who would have ever thought today that I would have this guy on the screen? But it is what it is. Yeah, I got you, Daywalk. I know. I got you. Come on, this is what you need. I'm working on animations. This thing at the bottom. I don't want to keep it on the whole time, but at least when people, we're in the beginning of the stream, um, it'll be going. It kind of gives people a guideline on what to do. So let's just read off the poll. Which one are you when it comes to rules? With 33%, we have the rule follower, 25% the rule bender, 17% the rule breaker, and 25% the rule observer. Okay. So 33% is still the rule followers. So we're all gonna sit here and lie and act like we follow all the rules. Okay. I'm gonna need all you guys to wash your hands. Wash your hands for what the 20 seconds? What we doing? I'm gonna need you to sing happy birthday every time you wash those hands. Daxton made it back. What's up, man? Nice to see you. Say you was coming back. Yeah, I'm good, man. Cut my hair, worked on the visuals a little bit. Um, I got a board that you come another day, I'm gonna put you on this board. I don't know if it's an incentive. I don't know if it's me luring people, but for me, it's interactive, right? Everything that I preach is about the positive, and that's crazy me saying preach because it's not me preaching, but what I talk about is a lot of positive energy. And while you're scrolling through, oh, we gotta hold on, we gotta read Shadow Black's uh his answer. I like grits and bacon and sausage with cheese in my eggs. Me and Shadow Black, we were working on a podcast. This is a couple years ago now. We'll definitely get back into it, but he had a pretty good take, and he got caught out there. He was saying something about a egg sandwich without the eggs. So it's a kind of a classic moment. That's why I read that one off. But yeah, Daxton, I'm glad to have you, man. We had so much fun yesterday. And sorry for those who I've already said it, but we had so much fun yesterday that we basically got a copyright strike. I'll just show you briefly the email. So we got caught for playing The Nation of Domination, such a popular song, and it's audio. We can't be out here playing The Nation of Domination. So that if you start your channel, don't play The Nation of Domination. Rough Rider Anthem, I'll take that one because I believe I did not know it was playing and I didn't hear it in my ear. I think that one is legit. But then the Slammy Awards, no one except for me even saw the Slammy Awards. I'm like promoting this. You should pay me to promote what this was, and it's just adding to the lore and the nostalgia of people's childhoods. So why would you slap me? You know, why would you slap me on the wrist? And I was making a point. Let me make sure I'm not missing anyone in the chat. I was making a point that, did you just say you like Dino Nuggets? Um, if you want me to add a image to this screen, please shout it out. I think for right now, Daywalk, you're definitely gonna have a Dino Nugget next to your name. So we'll figure that out. But yeah. So I was just making a case that the most popular person, I think, that if they came on this platform, the most popular person that could come on this platform and everyone would subscribe instantly is LeBron James, right? Instantly. 10 million followers, 24 hours. LeBron James comes on here. He acts like, he's not being cocky about it. He's naive and ignorant to the the nomenclature of YouTube, right? And he decides, okay, I'm going to I'm gonna play the nation of domination. I'm gonna bring people back to their childhood. Do you think he's gonna get Do you think he's gonna get a copyright strike? He's gonna be monetized in one night. Like, does it matter to him? No, it doesn't matter. That's not what this conversation is. What I wanted to have a conversation about is rules, and that's why the poll is what it is. I just don't think that these rules apply to everybody, because somebody who has a lawyer or some sort of backing, they make phone calls and they say, listen, no one has played this Nation of Domination in 5 years. We helped you. We helped you. So, yeah, I was just really confused. The Slammy Awards? Come on, man. I still got a VHS tape of the Slammy Awards. I'm keeping this alive. You guys have never even seen this. I'm talking about, and I'm reeling off the names of the people. Like, can you imagine how I feel? I'm like, look at Virgil sitting over there, King Harley Race, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I'm going down all these names. What's your favorite soda? I don't drink soda um peacefully. What's your guys' favorite soda? Since Prince is always hungry, man. We gotta watch out for Prince. But I hope you guys are having a good Friday. I hope your week was what you needed it to be. Hope you improved. You had a improvement. I did. I'm very proud of the things that I did this week. Some rough days, but still could be proud. Um, give me a little one minute. You know how I do my little 1 minute break. Just give me 1 minute. I need 1 minute to do something. And I do like to play my stuff. I got finally get 500 views on this thing. I'll be right back.
Today, we train for the 2030 Winter Olympics. Let's do it. But here by the fire we defy frost and storm. Ha! We are warm and we have our heart's desire. For here's for good fellows and the beechwood and the bellows, and the cup is at the lip in the pledge of fellowship. Oh, here
Man, I can't wait till I get to the point where I'm like nice with the controls and it's so smooth. I know I don't have I think it's the stream deck that I need. There's like a tablet size I don't know if I think it's a device and it's able to control. You could connect it to control. Then what I've said pineapple soda. Pineapple. What brand, Denroy F? All pineapple sodas are not made equal. The fact that it's pineapple, there's no like code name for it. It just reads like pineapple soda. Yeah, I'm gonna need a brand, man. How do you fall in the snow? Yeah, I was just having a good time, man. I the other day I filmed that. Was it this week? I think it was. It was either no, I think it was last week. I was kind of frustrated because the snow has been gone. D&J, Fanta is all right. A Fanta pineapple. Ooh, the high fructose corn syrup on that bad boy. Yeah, if I do drink soda, I drink the Mexican, the ones in the glass bottle, because they actually have sugar. Or I drink anything like a lot of the stuff that's still in glass, like a cream soda. They still have sugar. I can't do the high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, Prince, you looking kind of bored out here, man. Is it me? Is it me? Am I the one making people bored? All right, so what I do need to do, cause this thing is starting to bother me on the screen, and I'm sorry about that. It's not you, it's me. Um, Shadow Black, can you just hit something in the chat so I can have a reason to play this? I'm supposed to color code this stuff to give me a better understand. Okay, that's why I don't see it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. I gotta take this post thing out. It's actually bothering me. Um yeah, so this weekend and we'll get out of here shortly. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. Awesome stream again. Thank you guys. Think I really appreciate you guys for coming and joining. Shadow Black says, "Bro, you are super healthy with it." No, no, but there are some health things coming up. I mean, I don't want to get into the IRL. Watch me lose 10 pounds. Watch me do 10 burpees a day, an hour. No, I don't want to get into that, but I am pretty conscious about some of the decisions that I make when it comes to eating. Not enough people, know that. Um, let's draw a parallel. The other night I was talking about a yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love it. I gotta get so the stinger is this is a stinger real quick. It just takes 7 seconds. See, I want to do a whole stinger with you with that sound. That'll be like super awesome. Uh, you gotta make me a sound. What you want, Daywalk? Cause Prince, I had made this. I had put that for Prince, and oh, you could, you could jump on. Stop watching the clock. No, I'm not watching the clock. I don't want if the energy is gone. I don't want to hold you guys longer than you have to, and then also when I'm posting this because I've been just letting it go public. Um, since I'm not really breaking the stream down, I don't really want to be out there and I look like, oh, no one's in here. Oh, the energy's gone down, and I'm just hanging around for what reason? So I just don't think it makes me look, you know, how I want to look. So no, I'm good. It's almost 11 o'clock Eastern time. Like I said, if you guys want to talk about something, we can get into something. But I was making a parallel about what Shadow Black is saying, like, eating healthy in the AI conversation that we were having the other night. And what I was saying is the nutrition facts empower me to know that something has fake sugar in it. That's not a, that's a, that term makes sense because a fake sweetener or fake, I would say fake sugar because it is a sweetener, but it's not sugar. It's masking as sugar. Um, don't quote me on this, but the reason why we have high fructose corn syrup is because we all kind of grew up with a canned soda being a certain price. And in order to not increase that price with all the other prices rising, you had to find something that could be cheaper. So then they learned, I believe it came out of China. Um, they found a way to take a corn that people can't consume and they ferment the corn and it becomes sweet, like a sweetener. And it's made at half the cost of sugar. So the reason why your soda drinks, your 2 liter soda, the reason why you could still get those sodas at a very cheap price is because they swapped out the ingredients. High fructose corn syrup being one of the primary ones. But that's not the problem. Why don't I drink it? I don't drink it because your body is not able to digest it, just like alcohol. So it's not good for your liver. It's not good for your body. It doesn't provide any value. I mean, sugar is digested. High fructose corn syrup is not digested. So for me, in my harsh words to myself, it's a poison, right? So we're drinking poison. Who is that behind you? That was my son. He came here to get his Switch. Where do we send our videos so you can post them up for us? You can send the video to, if you go to my channel, I can just show you real quick. If you go to my channel, yeah, we definitely got to do a I got to do a BTS stream this tomorrow because that thirst trap image ain't working. See that? That's a thirst trap image. That's what You Be With Media told me on the phone. He said, "Why why you in the bed laying down? Who you trying to get in your stream?" So that's a thirst trap image, and we gotta figure out a better thumbnail for the live stream. I just been getting lazy. At one point, just to show you, at one point I was I was going this direction, but what I noticed was these are not showing on YouTube if you're scrolling on the page. YouTube just automatically plays this vertical video right away. So I was like, why am I making these? Well, these only have value if somebody makes it to your channel page. So I gotta figure that out. Okay, so if you come here, I believe you go to more. Yeah, so you go to more, and then right here you could click this. I'm not gonna click it because I don't need for that to be online like that. But if you go to again, if you go to more and then you go to view email address, just send me an email. I don't check my email frequent, but if you pop back in the chat and you say you sent me an email, it'll be a quick, very quick search. So yeah, so again, just making that parallel that the government, nutrition facts protect us. It's a mandate from the government. Um, in AI, we don't have that mandate yet. We don't have those protections yet. So that's why we are in the space that we are. But it could be something very similar. Like when my kids watch content, I may not have to be over their shoulder. I don't have to be a helicopter parent, but I can find out the rating of what they're watching, right? At least away from like YouTube on the YouTube streets, the challenge is that YouTube is kind of the governing body. So if you give your kids a kid account and they're in YouTube Kids, which I've noticed some weird motivational videos that get into the kids account, but that's your governing body to say, okay, if you have a kid and they're young, keep them on a kids account, and you gotta hope that the content that's being pushed on YouTube Kids keeps them, not too far. Oh, we got some said hi. Yeah, so all right, so that's why I said Shadow Black. They don't want me to talk about nothing. So I'm not looking at the time, but I feel it. I feel the energy. You guys want to go. You want to close out your day. That's fine. This is day 25. I would say that today's 1% improvement was more like a 5% improvement. I really worked on some things. I like where I'm taking this. I had fun. I had fun tonight. I was happy to present you guys. I was happy for you guys to see that, when you're not here, that you're still a part of what this is. That's my goal, and I'm not gonna forget. Like this is the start of where I'm at. We didn't get Mick the Pick in here tonight. He usually helps me. Not to say he's doing glazing, but he definitely helps me to keep the energy behind what I'm doing, along with Shadow Black and also the rest of you. Prince says it's just me, Shadow Black, and Daywall. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's who's left. You guys want me to get into anything before we peace out? We can. I did want to just talk about. Oh, so Denroy F is still in here. I did want to just talk about tomorrow. Um, I'm gonna do a BTS stream. BTS means behind the scenes, and my idea for that. This will be like my third one. The stream is not gonna be. I'm dedicated not to do it in this vertical format. I'm dedicated to do it in wide. Um, I'm gonna do some editing. I'm gonna be working on some images. Good night, Denroy. I'm gonna be working on images. Just some ideas. Uh, Maybe I'll take a phone call. And it'll be dedicated to the creativity of the stream and growing the stream. Um, you want to talk numbers, you want to talk analytics. I've really honed in on some particular things about YouTube and what I'm going after, what I'm targeting in order to improve this. And every creative decision that I make, I'm keeping those, analytical conversations along. So because I'm doing this in real time, which is really what this has become. Like this channel, I have another channel called Breaking Ground with DJT. So Breaking Ground with Darnell just talking. Let me just show you guys that real quick. And feel free, no pressure here, but feel free if you want to subscribe to my other channel. Um, I am finally going to, because I understand now how to distribute, how I personally want to. Yeah, that's a weird photo. Um, get past this weird photo. But other than that, that photo will be getting updated. But yeah, so this is me, and most of these shorts I can't play. You know what? I could play it, but I cannot. I'll just play it without the audio, cause I know I love the shorts where you could use audio of real music. See, hold on. It's too high. Sorry, that's not me. Where is the audio? Okay, that way I just turn it off here. Not worry about it here. So that's where one of those shots came from. That's in that when I'm waiting. I was turning compost that day. It's a James Brown in the background. So yeah, I didn't expect you guys to see me dancing quietly, but yeah, it's just some fun. I'm branding this thing where I'm gonna become the compost king of New York. It's like a play on, maybe we'll talk about it in BTS tomorrow, but it's a play on obviously Kings of New York. But I'm really into compost. I like different waste streams and solving them and upcycling and so okay. So this channel is more like it originally was called Darnell just homesteading. And I changed it, but I haven't posted on it. Look, so this last post here was a year ago. Video, let me see. Wow, the last video was 2 years ago. The last short, I've probably been posting shorts more. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of chickening, and I'm gonna be putting worms on there, and I mean it's still fun, but it's very specific. So the idea with this channel is more of a BTS. It's more relative to just me. I felt like I was trying to use this channel to get into a space that I watch frequently. I watch a lot of agriculture through the whole COVID phase. There was a lot going on. I started growing. I got chickens. I got worms, and I understand that community really well. I do a lot that I think I could offer to that community. I thought it would be easy to kind of break into it, maybe second time around, or maybe this is the third. I don't know. Maybe that third time will be a charm. But I figured that that was a good way to start. So what happened was, as I started on that, and I mean, when I look back at it, it wasn't that bad, right? Like 60 subscribers and 53 videos. Most of them are shorts. All right, Daywalk said he gotta go. All right, man. Well, I'll be around. Hopefully, you could check me out in BTS tomorrow. Um, Bring some questions. Want to see if you want to learn how to do anything. I'm willing to take that time to go further in. Um, so yeah, I was working on this, and I wasn't feeling the vibes back. I wasn't feeling like I was able to break into the conversation of the community that I watch so much of the people's stuff. I'm in their chat. I'm thinking like, why can't this be it should be easy, right? I have some skills. I have some skills, and as you see, I'm applying those skills. It's not just open your phone and talk. There's more than that going on. Um, so then, I already had this is my original like channel that was connected to my Gmail, and I didn't know how to break from being the guy who always has a chicken in his hand and then just be myself. And because I always had a reserve on being myself and sharing, I just didn't want to get personal with the internet. And I found the way. I found like a line there. But what really happened was I joined the stream one day of somebody I watched, big YouTuber, not super big, but big in the community, 300,000 subscribers, and I joined I don't know if it was Restream or one of those like platforms where you could just plug it in on your phone, and I got on his platform, and when I typed in my name, the name that I typed in was Darnell just talking. So it was like at Darnell just talking. So even though I thought I should have been a part of this community with like Darnell just homestead, and for whatever reason I had typed that in. So because I was on this large channel, I think at the time I might have had 15 subscribers. And I came on, I spoke, I spoke the good word, and people started following me instantly. And I was like, I got to keep this going cuz I never received a bump like that. You go out there, you make these videos. I mean, let's look at I have a bunch of different type of content like this right here, man. I'm out here this is like photography of me going out there. I have a macro lens, and I'm really observing the plants, and I'm going in on all of this. And where's it getting me? Um, I believe there was like a good song in the background. So I tried with this. You get a little bit of a bump, some vibration, but it didn't do what I understand more now, sure. But this is somebody's artistry. I'm not doing this for YouTube. This is my art. I go out there, I observe the land. I'm getting closer to these insects than I've ever gotten. I'm not an insect guy. And I posted online, but because we're how we deliver that format, what we, you know, compound, aggregate, and deliver may work or may not work. It may be picked up or may not be picked up. So, how many different ways do I have to show, like, man, I'm doing stuff? And I'm thinking, like, man, I'm doing stuff. If anybody would see me doing stuff, they'd be like, man, this is he does so much. Because when I watch people, that's my take on them. Wow, look at them. They know what they're talking about. They do so much. And didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. Like I'm here washing a chicken's butt. Like like literally. That's what this video is. My chicken has some issues. Chickens don't go in water like that. No, I don't clip. So good question, Daywalk. So you must know what you're talking about. No, I don't clip the chicken's wings because I don't have. That's for flighty chickens. I don't have an issue. In my observation, the chickens, um, their food is where it's at. They have the whole yard to do what they gotta do. And yeah, I mean, I leave a lot of extra weeds for them and greenery to peck and do all of that. So there's only certain species that are really flighty, and that's why you would clip the chicken's wings because they try to get out. But my chickens don't really try to get out, and generally they go out and they come back because they know where to go when it's time to be put up. But like man, I came in here, and maybe in the future there's a lot of reviving of what I did because I didn't do bad work. All the feedback when I did get feedback was awesome, right? This is me. I'm learning these systems, and I'm in it, and I'm posting, and I'm thinking like, man, I'm gonna get something back from it. Nope, nope. Like, look, I think this is a day out with my son when he was a lot smaller. And the editing was decent. I say above average, but that was a pretty basic one. I thought this was the one we were out on the farm, but yeah, oh, this one. I mean, and I'm showing all these different layers. I'm showing the dad and super interested in agriculture. I'm at like this giant farm. Sun's rolling down the hill and nothing, nothing. So that's that channel. And I actually have videos that I backlog that I'm gonna be posting once I edit them. So I may start editing them tomorrow. Um, I still don't know how to really address like the full BTS, but that's why it's important the more that this channel grows, and we keep this open conversation, I'll, get feedback on what that should look like. And but if not, I'll just work. It's really about doing work and reaching these goals. I have a lot of goals and let's reach them. So I have this channel, and then I'm not gonna show you this other channel, but I'll just close with this. Again, thanks guys for hanging out. But I have this other channel that originally was called Chasing Apollo. That's the one that me and Shadow Black we put some content on, and I renamed the channel to the reboot. Um, and I'm renaming it again because it's finally like figured out. Essentially, since I've always wanted to produce content for other people, let's say Daywalk, let's say you want to start a channel. Oh, Daywalk's out. Well, real quick, if you wanted to start a channel, in time, I'll be able to be reachable as a resource. And if we produce something, or if I produce something that, I could kind of help you with, I want to use this other channel to put that type of stuff that's more my production, not myself. But that's the idea there. So, all right, man, I'm gonna get out of here too. Um, I hope everybody had a good night. Let's just, end it off. Get to see, I don't know what to call this, a leaderboard or the day ones, but thanks everybody for being here. This was fun. It was a good night. We made it a good Friday night. Mick the Pick he's gonna be beating himself down because he didn't join. But thanks, man. I appreciate you. Don't be a sucker for love. I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. If I don't chat with you guys again over the weekend, I will be streaming Saturday and Sunday, and there will be some IRL out on the land somewhere. We will be doing that. So, all right, man. I will see you guys later. Hopefully, what I do next works. Peace. Today is day 15. Myself coming on here streaming. In many places, where you grow up determines how you operate. Like Kendrick Lamar. I went from just being a regular dude to a dad to Unk to OG. When I go play basketball, I'm considered OG, as if I'm out there throwing hook shots or something. Make the Pick says, I think that the 90s, 2000s internet felt more special, like nostalgic, right? Is the internet more impactful today from an information standpoint today than it is in the 90s? There's a lack of diversity. You have people that see the internet as social media, and that's very sad because if social media is the internet, then all of your information is going to be confined. If you have children, um, or if you're going to have children, or if you engage with children, please be honest with them. That is my only request. I have never been more honest than after I had my children. I like when I build something for people to be impacted, and I actually believe that videos, whether it's modern